The first part of this process is you want to start with the base. The base is going to be a piece of paper, usually a cardstock. You don't want it to be too flimsy. For the base, I'm going to be using a ledger paper. These are some new digitals in my shop. We have some basic ledgers and pastel colors so that you can use them and coordinate them with any style or color or theme of a journal that you have. And then I have their sister papers, which is same colored of ledger, but now with wallpaper, beautiful designs on top of them that can be used to create any type of a journal as well. So these are the three of my base pages. We have one for my traveler's notebook, one for my everyday journal, and then one for my artist in bloom. All you had to do is measure the dimensions of the journal that you are using, and then you can either fold your paper, measure it with a ruler, and then just trim and cut the excess. For this page, it was pretty simple. I just cut the size that I needed for the TN, and then luckily the rest fit perfectly into my everyday journal. And then for the artist in bloom, I just folded my paper in half, cut off a little bit of the top and bottom, and this is the perfect size for my artist in bloom. So now that I have my 3-page bases, I can then begin adding the layers really simply to the top of these papers and then starting the process of creating layers for our page layouts. I'm going to be using a mix of my own digitals as well as magazine pages to decorate the bases for our journal layouts. This is a page from a Daphne's Diary magazine, and I'm going to be cutting apart some of the imagery that I really loved. And then this is a page from a Floral Garden magazine that I know I'm definitely going to be incorporating on top of my base pages. Not only am I going to be using magazines, but I'm also going to be using the newest set of digitals that are in my shop. I created a set of floral pocket tags, so essentially beautiful floral designs, different colors, beautiful floral tags that have coordinating pockets that can fit perfectly onto the tag. You can use just the pockets by themselves, or you can use the tags by themselves. There's 2 different pocket styles, one that's a little bit more circular and one more ornate. And you can pick and choose which one of the designs you like the best to pair up with your tag. A very French floral yet also vintage style that I absolutely love. Perfect for journaling or adding to any of your existing pages. And I also created a set of floral index cards that has beautiful designs, florals, or basic designs perfect for writing. All of them are accompanied with a little decorative tab on the top, so that you can stitch some of the sentiments on top of them, add your own writing, or use them as a tab in your personal journals or journals that you're creating for someone else. It's a rainbow of colors and florals. And I also created 3 little cards that you can add on top to create extra text spots or journaling spaces. Probably my favorite part are the flower flip outs, which are 3 beautiful flowers that I have created that can be added to a page, to your index cards, or to any type of ephemera piece. They can be folded and easily flipped, or you can attach them permanently as a pocket, as a text spot. You have 2 options of either having a tan background in between the flowers or a white background, whatever paper then matches your projects the best. So these are the completed journal layout pages. This one is for the traveler's notebook. Be your own kind of beautiful, a gorgeous flower flip out that you can open up and do some hidden journaling, a scrap piece of some of my wallpaper ledgers in the pocket, one of my floral journaling cards that looks like little index card file folders, an ornate pocket that can then be added right on top of the card on the front or the back. Perfect area to add a photo. All of that is kept nice and safe behind your flower flip out. Perfect page for my traveler's notebook. To create the base for the traveler's notebook, you have your ledger base. We're going to be using this beautiful flower flip out, and we're going to be gluing it right along the edge of our paper. But before we do that, I'm going to be including this piece of paper, a scrap piece from my yellow floral wallpapers, and I'm going to be gluing it right along the bottom. Now that I have attached the full pocket on the bottom, we've created 2 layers so far. We're going to create the second layer by adding our flower flip, and all we're going to do is add glue right along the inside of that crease line. So right where that crease line is, the back of it, you want to add some glue and adhere it to your base. And now you have a beautiful flower flip out that looks like it's blooming on the edge of your page. Open that up. And now you have a full pocket where you can add one of your index cards for journaling. If you wanted to have more layers and add more pocket space, you could add one of your pocket tags on top of the index card. Put that into your pocket, and that creates more layers that can go into your traveler's notebook. Last but not least, I'm going to add my sentiment right on top of my base page. In a matter of minutes, you have a beautiful journal page layout that has tons of layers and that is ready to be included into your journal. Then we have the page for my Artist in Bloom journal. This beautiful journal layout with a text spot on the bottom, some ephemera from magazines. You see the beautiful flowers in typography, a collage tag made from a magazine element, one of my mini little journal cards that can be used as a text spot, and then some script ephemera from the magazine. All of this can be kept nice and safe inside of the text spot. So elegant. And it's pink. So cute. I have the size of my base, and then I also have some ephemera pieces that I cut out from the Daphne's Diary magazine that I want to incorporate on this spread as well. Then I'm also going to be using one of the sets from my pocket tags, the pocket as well as the tag. So to do this, since we're working with a smaller space, I want to show you another layout that you can do just using little text spots and tags. You don't need to use full pieces of paper or even the cards or the floral foldouts. So to add a layer on top of this, I'm just going to add this decorative piece. Add glue on the side and on the bottom. This way you have an open text spot. You can add more to it. If you added glue on all sides, then you could only add small little ephemera, and you had to keep your ephemera in between these two spaces. But if you only add glue on the side and on the bottom, you make it open-faced essentially, so there's no limit to how much you can tuck into that text spot. I want to decorate my tag to add more layers. So I have this tag from the kit. I have this gorgeous flower from the magazine that I want to add right on top. At the very top, I have this little scrap piece of paper from the Daphne's Diary magazine. I am going to just trim it. Adhere some glue right on top of your tag. Add glue on the back as well so that both sides are adhered. And you have a nice little decoration on top of your tag, kind of like a tab, continuing with that French theme. You can hole punch it, add some ribbon through it. You can decorate the back if you'd like as well. But now that I have my tag made, I can easily put that into our text spot. Add some vintage script from the magazine. And this is the finished journal page layout for the Artist in Bloom journal. You have your base, a text spot that we created, a tag, some more journaling cards, and a little ephemera piece from the magazine. And then the final one, the largest one, for my everyday journal, the ledger base, a beautiful card, one of my pocket floral cards, more space for journaling and adding ephemera in there. Then we have the floral ledger paper. When you flip out, that gorgeous flower flip out, secretive journaling on the bottom, beautiful design to then collage on top of, use as a photo mat. Your soul is singing, especially when you're creating beautiful things that mean a lot to you. Nice hidden text spot and a full length pocket, ready to be tipped in to my everyday journal. For my everyday journal base page, I'm going to start out with the ledger, and to add the first layer, I have cut a part of the yellow wallpaper ledger. I also have some of the flower flip outs that I have folded right along the crease fold, and this is going to be glued on to the back of my scrap piece of ledger. Fold your flower flip over, adhere the bottom edge to the back of your paper, and this way, this looks so cute because we have that tan, it blends in perfectly. Instantly, you have already created 3 layers. You have your base, you have your paper, and then you have your flower flip that is attached to the back. So now all that you want to do is you want to add some glue to the back of this paper on the sides and on the bottom to create a pocket on top of your base. Now that you have attached your piece of paper that has your flower flip, you can then start to add more layers by opening up your flower flip, and then you can add an index card right along here to create another tuck spot. I want to decorate my tuck spot by adding some sentiments as well, and I just use the sentiments that come with the kit. Your soul is singing. You can stitch this if you'd like to, but I'm just showing you how simple it is just using glue. Now I want to create one of my pocket tags. So I'm just going to take the pocket. I added some glue on the sides as well as the bottom. And by doing this, I have created a tag with pocket where I can add some more ephemera. So you have one tuck spot here, one pocket here, and then another tuck spot right here. And then at the very bottom, you have beautiful flowers that can flip out, and you have gorgeous journaling space as well, and more area to collage or add even more pockets. But here you have 1 layer, 2, 3, 4, and then as many ephemera pieces as you add into the pocket. The more ephemera you add, the more layers, the more colors and textures your journaling layouts will have. Here's the page in my Artist in Bloom journal. I'm going to tip that in with some washi tape and then decorate the back. Gorgeous layout for the vintage rosy and pastel journal. This is the journal layout for my traveler's notebook. Vintage colors, yet still having a bit of that vintage flair. Beautiful colors with a vintage twist. My rainbow journal of color. This is the journal page layout that will be tipped into my everyday journal and will be ready to be filled in with my memories and my thoughts. 3 completely different journal page layouts, 3 completely different sizes for 3 completely different journals. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed seeing how simple it is to create journal layouts that can be layered for any journal of any shape, size, theme, or color.